Bravo 6, going dark.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to some Rainbow Six. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be showing you guys a strat for border. I call it the vent strat. I know that this footage here has nothing to do with border at all. I just needed some kind of stock like filler footage here so I could tell you guys about it. But yeah, there's going to be a couple of problems you'll probably notice with it, but there wasn't really a whole lot that I could do per se. Obviously your team chem and all that stuff, if you guys are coordinated and all that, will make a difference. So if you have any angry comments to make, please just hang out and see if it was your team that messed up first. I'm going to show you guys the strat and how to counter it. And without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, now the first op you're going to need to bring is going to be Ace, and you are going to need to bring breach charges. Now, if they're AFK or they forgot about it, it's fine. You will have other means in due to other operators. But it's best for him to bring them for himself, so the rest of your team can drone you in. Because the very first thing, step one, where you secure the keys here, fellas, you get control of detention. Now, if it's soft, obviously just use a breach charge, and if it's reinforced, well, that's why you're bringing Ace, you have Selma charges. There's going to be ops later on that have EMP impacts, so you will be able to get that wall kind of no matter what. Now, this angle I'm going to make right here is because sometimes there's a rotate on that ping. It's not often, but sometimes. But the whole point is to stop them from getting to that exact window right there. And as Ace, you're just going to want to stay back and be right here, make sure. Now, the next op you're going to bring is Capitao, and you are going to need the LMG. That's not optional, you're going to need that. And Claymores. You will need both of those. Capitao needs to be on point here. Like this, he's the one guy who you cannot replace his strat. So what you're going to do with him is you'll run him upstairs, and you'll put a Claymore on vent window jump out, and you also put one on the sandwich jump out. Now, while you're doing this, your team should be getting control of detention and stock room, alright? And if they need any help or anything like that, by the time you get done, you can go help. Now, something that I screw up while I'm doing this is that I shoot the first firebolt at the rotate, because obviously there's that default rotate next to the bin. What you'll actually want to do first is shoot it in server door. That's where your second bolt will go. That way nobody can peek you while you push forward to shoot the second Capitao bolt. So this should be the second bolt, and you want to shoot it through the rotate. As soon as that smoke lands in the double door for metal, have Diffuser run into right about where I'm at and start planting. And as Capitao, you'll just go back outside and cover the plant noise. Now the next op you're going to bring is going to be either Dokkaebi, Blackbeard, Lion, or Finka. And these are all going to be support people because you are going to be the man when it comes to keeping everybody on the plant and on their like helping clear. Now your job is actually quite light as any of these operators. You have the EMP impacts if we need them, right? Except for Finka, in which case there is a later operator who can EMP for them. But yeah, they're going to take care of that. You're going to help drone it, and then you are going to go right here to after Capitao places those claymores. That's step 2. Step 3 is going to be you will stay on this window right about here and hold rotate. Now there's going to be holes in the ceiling obviously, and they can see your feet, but they won't be able to see you from the rotate. So you'll want to just kind of hang back as much as you can, because defuse will be going down right about there. That should be the exact spot. I say right about because, well, they're going to be running through smoke, so they might miss the mark a little bit. Alright, the next op you're going to bring is Gridlock. You are going to need the Gon 6, and you can bring EMP impacts, breach charges, or smokes. If your team is missing the EMPs, don't bring them. Otherwise, I would recommend you bring the smoke grenades, okay? If Capitao dies by some freak accident. Now, you will be the diffuser carrier. If you are Gridlock, you are bomb. You are the person carrying it because you're the thickest and you can take the most damage. And I'll explain a little bit. Actually, I'll explain it right now in a little bit of detail. So, if they have a Maestro cam, that will still only do 5 damage to you per tick, so you'll actually survive a full Maestro barrage. Now, this part is so that nobody will run out server. I throw these kind of sloppily, so really you will only need 3, but I just throw all 4 of them. The extra one won't really hurt, and it could help you at a later point. I'll explain when we get there. But yeah, after they get control of detention, you have your claymores placed and your person on your window. You're going to set up right next to this door, have an in-game time for when you're going to do this, hit the door and start the plant and jump out B window. Now, the very last operator you're going to need to bring is going to be OSA. Now, with OSA, you can bring smoke grenades, EMP impacts if somebody still somehow was missing them for Ace, and it doesn't really matter your primary. Basically, the only thing we're going to need you for is your shields. Now your shields are, I put the first one in the wrong place, so kind of sorry. But yeah, I corrected eventually. And if worse kind of comes to worse and Ace loses control of the server, there is a way that you can set a OSA shield up on that window and kind of keep them from shooting out of it. But it's actually kind of easy to get around. Anybody from Insight will be able to see the window and open it. So kind of keep on your toes and make sure that you do not lose detention. So your first shield will be going right there. That one is the most important shield because you want to keep people out of metal because you'll have people on B window. So the rotate is covered. The hallway won't be. Now you can set this shield a little bit off to the right. I didn't want to mess with it, but you get a tiny little pixel that you can see people through, and it'll actually kind of help you keep people off bottom metal. And now on to the counters. The first counter that we have, and honestly the worst of the two, and I do say two because, I mean, there's obviously a ton of ways they can see you through vertical holes, and every defense setup is going to be completely different. But these are the two most reliable and most skillless ones that you can do. They kind of are just fire and forget gadgets. First being Aruni. Now, Aruni is going to be really strong because she'll eat the Capital Fire Bolts. Now, if you have a lot of people with EMP impacts and smoke grenades, she won't be that big of a hassle, but it's just time. If you don't set up your timing correctly, and you've lost your element of surprise because you have to open that double door. So by the time you've opened it, they are now aware that you are going to try and push in from metal. So, or excuse me, double door. So there could be a problem. And yeah, if she has barbed wire or a bulletproof cam, either way, she has a strong kit for it. So it makes her kind of a big deal, but not the best. The best is actually going to go to Wamai. He has those magnets that, for obvious reasons, are going to make him very strong. You're going to want proximity alarms. I just grabbed impact so I can make the rotate here for show. But it should be kind of obvious why he's really strong, because he'll catch the Capital bolts. So if you shoot a Capital in, it will catch it, and it will drop it right in front of the doorway, and it will put... I throw it off to the side because I'm an idiot, but if you throw it right here in the middle, that's just going to fire off that entire double door. The whole push is dead, because now you're either going to have to give up server door, or you're going to have to give up the rotate. Now if you give up the rotate, that's fine, or I guess if you give up server door, you'll have the OSA outside, but that's why you put the second magnet right where I'm pinging. I don't have it yet. But you'll want to put it somewhere in this region because it'll catch the next firebolt that he's going to try and shoot in at the rotate, and it will drop it in that door. So now not only do they have fire in the double door, they have fire on the plant spot, and it can't be shot from outside the window. And that is it for the vent strat in, well, Rainbow Six Siege. You guys are just going to have to let me know in the comments if this works out for you, and tell me what you like about it or what you don't like. And I will see you guys in the next one. You guys take it easy.